TV.
Man, what's going on, man? I got a story for y'all who don't already know. So, last night, your boy Trey Slime posted this right here, saying that he has a warrant out for his arrest for first-degree murder, allegedly. And this is 2 months after he got shot in Ridgecrest Apartments, where him and Yo Gotti grew up at. And you know, on that same day, he got shot. It was a little 6-year-old kid that got hit and laid right next to him, you know. And the story says that the kid only got shot in the arm, you know. But, you know, both of them ended up with bodily harm. But both of them still alive. All praise to God.
Yeah, I do got a little bruise on my face, man. Okay, hoop it is f***ing hoop.
So, you know, your boy Trey Slime, you know, like a month after that went down, your boy Trey Slime, you know, he had a big old puffy face. Remember, he had a bullet stuck in his face. And he took it upon himself to take that bullet out of his face.
Yeah, man, the doctor would take it too long, man. I just cut this shit out myself, man. Hear me? I ain't got time to wait on nobody this shit, hear me? You know what time it is, man. Time to play ball, man. Put your cleats on, man. Put your helmet on, your shoulder pads and shit, man. You gotta see me, man. Yeah. Slime ball back, man. I stumped you.
You know, he took the bullet out of his face without the doctor's approval, telling him it's okay to do it. So, you know, that's that on that. And so, you know, the police identified the man who shot at him and that kid, but it's still up in the air if your boy YNC Trey Slime is on the way to jail for shooting them back and leaving them dead, you know, cause somebody dead and they trying to say your boy Trey Slime did it. But at this point, we still don't know who he did it to. If he indeed is the one that's the shooter. You know, because people get shot in Memphis like every day, you know, and you know, they ain't down there to play. And who's to say, you know, that he was the man behind the gun? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it could have been anyone. But at this moment, you know, it's still up in the air. But all we can do right now is send up prayers for the deceased. And for the living, you know, for the one that's about to end up going to prison for the killing. Cause that ain't the way that nobody wanna be living. You feel me? It's like, you know, you can pray for peace and as much as you want to, you know, but it's, you know, the war is still gonna happen. You know, the America strives off a war, you know, like it's probably gonna be another war coming up soon. You know, we got millions of people in the military going overseas, fighting wars and stuff, or signing up for the military, never knowing, you know what I'm saying, their family and their loved ones never know when they're gonna have to go to war, you know, because that's what everybody's on, you know. It's like they cheering it on, like, you know, till your family is the one overseas, you know, risking his life to make some cheese and might end up deceased, you know what I'm saying, but he gotta feed his family because everybody's family got needs, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, I'm constantly praying for peace. You know, I thought about this last night, you know, because in this industry that I represent, you know, the skin color and the people that I represent, you know, especially the younger generation, they constantly, you know, thriving off beef and, you know, street shit and toting guns and, you know what I'm saying, rappers still glorifying killing. You know, when you younger, you think it's cool, you think it's the thing to do to tote a tool and be a shooter. But that really ain't it. You know what I'm saying? The best thing to do is make some money and get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the only ones gonna tell y'all how it is, you know, cause I'm gonna tell y'all the real. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how nobody feel. You feel me? It's like, you know what I'm saying, peace is the way to go. Who don't wanna live peacefully? You know, ain't nothing cool about, you know what I'm saying, going out here dodging bullets or your kids scared to go to school because, you know what I'm saying, somebody might come through randomly shooting and just want to kill people because they got a grudge on their shoulder, a chip on their back, you know, and your kid might not be able to live to see older, you know, because they might get clout, you know. It's a shame out here in these streets, it ain't no game. You know, a lot of people, family grieving and going through pain, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, this shit is insane out here. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like people still struggling with mental health. So it's a lot of us out here that still really need help. You see what I'm saying? And the biggest thing to me, you know what I'm saying, is just prayer, staying big on prayer. You know, without prayer, I wouldn't open my eyes to seeing like what the hell I've been glorifying all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, thinking it's cool, you know what I'm saying, for people to get shot and robbed and talking about it in my songs. You know, all that bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't cool at all. You know, I'm still a fan of rap. You know what I'm saying? Especially rap that's talking about getting money and hustling. But with the hustling comes the busting. Because, you know, dudes out here struggling. Somebody gonna get jealous and try to take yours from you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because these dudes out here killing, they straight headhunters. You know what I'm saying? They straight robbing and mobbing and trying to take all of it. You feel me? Because, you know, everybody want to eat. But there's other ways to get it besides out the streets. But like I told y'all before, some people, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? Just get it off their road. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna, you know what I'm saying, learn from that song. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't really pay attention to what was going on in their home. But a lot of people, that's all that's going on in their home. You know what I'm saying? They parents in and out of prison. At least one of them, you know what I'm saying? From drug dealing, a killing, a pimping women. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of us, this is what drives our adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? We love to see that, from the movies to the music. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to listen to it, but it's bad when it takes over your mind and your mentality and you abuse it. You feel me? So, you know, we gotta learn how to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? That's why these days you may catch me chilling at a wrestling match, but you know they acting. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with these rappers. A lot of these rappers do be capping, but most of it, well, to some extent, a lot of it is true, because at the same time, a lot of these rappers really do it, or be around dudes that's really true shooters. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's just exaggerated and glorified too much. But, you know, at the same time, this is the kind of music that I like to bump. You know what I'm saying? And that probably goes for all of us if you watching this channel. And, you know, a lot of rappers just talking about what's going on in the streets and what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we gotta take action, you know, because these kids growing up and they thinking, you know, that's the thing to do. But a lot of kids, they just a product of their environment. Growing up in the projects, they seeing these dudes that they look up to selling drugs and toting pistols, and they find them, you know. And they gotta do it because they caught up in that society. Or, you know what I'm saying, somebody end up trying them. Because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people just, they mentally messed up. So they gonna test you up, you know what I'm saying? Or leave somebody on a stretcher or something. You know what I'm saying? A toe tag and leave your whole family sad. You know what I'm saying? It ain't good at all. It's all bad. But, you know, we try to pray for peace. You know what I'm saying? Try to push that line. Try to do something different this time. You feel me? Because, I mean, it's always going to be beef. It's always going to be street cats. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to do it no other way. So, all we can do on our end, the people that's mentally strong enough is to pray. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's mentally aware enough, mentally woke enough. And I don't consider myself woke, but I'm woken up a little bit, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's enough of that street shit, really, you know. It's all cool, it's fun, you know. I like to hang out, kick it, you know what I'm saying, a little too much, but you know, this shit just get dangerous, because these dudes out here ain't gonna play with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of dudes feel like they got a point to prove, but some people, they shoot because they feel like they gotta protect themselves. You know, and they end up running with the wrong crowd. And, you know, it's sad to say, you know what I'm saying, but one of your loved ones end up getting gunned down. You don't want to be the one. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the victim to that gun. But a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, only thing I can say is, man, give you some money, start you a family, and stand back. Stay out the way. Watch these other guys play. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of time to waste. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying be on no scary shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with that tool if you carrying it, you know what I'm saying? Don't be no fool that's shooting, you know what I'm saying? Trying to prove a point at all, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, you know what I'm saying? To raise your family, you know what I'm saying? Live the American dream and ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just sit back, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be one of them cats sitting in a jail cell or in a prison or the feds, you know what I'm saying? And in this next video, I'm finna show y'all your boy Rollo talking about, he thinking about, you know what I'm saying? He understand why people want to be dead, you know, because his grandmom in the hospital. But I'm gonna show y'all that one in a minute.